Melanie Lynskey is a well-known actress who you might recognize from various roles such as Shauna in Yellow Jackets, Kathleen in The Last of Us, Betty Gore in Candy, or Pauline in Heavenly Creatures. Her career is thriving, and it looks like there are many exciting things ahead for her. Here are 10 things you probably didn't know about Melanie Lynskey. She struggled socially as a child. Melanie Lynskey was born on May 16, 1977, in New Plymouth, New Zealand. Her mother was a nurse and her father was an orthopedic surgeon. She has 4 younger siblings. When she was 6, her family spent a year in London. She told The Times that this experience gave her a funny accent and she sometimes had trouble fitting in socially. She added, "It's not that I was horribly bullied as a child, but I was made fun of and was shy." As the oldest of 5 kids, she had a lot of responsibilities growing up. She told Rolling Stone, "I was put in an adult position before I was quite ready to be there." This made her worry a lot, feeling like things could go wrong at any moment, and she had to be on guard. Her first role was in Heavenly Creatures. When Melanie Lynskey was 14, a casting director visited her school to find a lead for Peter Jackson's movie Heavenly Creatures. The film was about a real-life murder case where 2 teenage best friends planned to kill one of their mothers. Lynskey told The Guardian that this role helped her explore the dark, honest part of herself. She felt fortunate that her first professional job was with someone who could bring out that hidden part of her. Her performance received a lot of praise. After the film's release, she didn't jump into more auditions. Instead, she returned to school. She told The Times, "Everybody around me was like, 'That was fun, but go back to high school and good luck.' Also, because they had come around to my high school, it didn't feel real. I felt like I had gotten a very lucky break." The role not only introduced her to acting but also led to an important early friendship with Kate Winslet, her co-star. Lynskey told The Times in 2023 that their bond was incredibly deep and meaningful. However, they eventually lost touch, which she said was more heartbreaking than some of her romantic breakups. She returned to acting after a year at university. After her role in Heavenly Creatures, Melanie Lynskey began studying at Victoria University of Wellington. However, after a year, she decided to focus entirely on acting and moved to Los Angeles to start auditioning. Breaking into the industry was challenging. She told Backstage that what worked for her in New Zealand, like being humble and quiet, didn't seem to help in Hollywood, where people expected her to be bold and confident. She felt out of place among the Hollywood hopefuls, feeling bigger than everyone, weirder than everyone, and quieter. Eventually, she started getting auditions and her career began to grow. She told The Guardian that an early audition for The Crucible was particularly helpful even though she didn't get the role. She said, "It went well, and that built my confidence a little bit." She soon landed her first few roles: Jacqueline, the ugly stepsister in Ever After, Melody in Foreign Correspondence, Dunyasha in The Cherry Orchard, and Gloria in Coyote Ugly. She developed an eating disorder trying to fit Hollywood standards. As Melanie Lynskey's career grew, she struggled with her self-image. In the early 2000s, Hollywood wasn't very body positive for young women. She told Time in 2012 that she was often cast as the chubby character or the fat friend, which she found very depressing. She became frustrated with this typecasting and developed an eating disorder. She reached a size 4 by 2000, but film executives still pressured her to lose more weight, even putting her on a diet on the set of Coyote Ugly. She told The Hollywood Reporter, "I was already starving myself and as thin as I could possibly be for this body." Eventually, she realized she couldn't continue starving herself to fit the industry's sexist and size-ice standards. She told The Guardian that she had to learn to accept her body and was angry about how Hollywood treated her. Today, Lynskey is an advocate for body positivity and self-acceptance, rejecting the entertainment industry's body-shaming culture. She is a vegetarian. Melanie Lynskey has been a vegetarian since she was 10 years old. In a 2023 interview with Today, she shared that she hasn't eaten meat for 35 years. "I try sometimes to eat fish, but it's so hard for me because I think of their little faces." She wanted to leave 2.5 Men. From 2003 to 2015, Melanie Lynskey played Rose, the stalker and ex-lover of Charlie Sheen's character on 2.5 Men. She appeared in 63 episodes, with her last appearance in the season 12 finale. However, Lynskey later revealed that she had wanted to leave the show much earlier. In an interview with Vulture, Lynskey said she was paid poorly and didn't feel comfortable in the role. Her contract also prevented her from taking on other interesting roles. She explained, "I wasn't in every episode, but I couldn't do any other work." After the first season, she asked producer Chuck Lorre if she could leave, but he convinced her to stay. Eventually, they agreed that she could come and go as needed. Even with the option to leave occasionally, she felt unhappy. She found a new level of fame with Yellow Jackets. Despite always being busy, Melanie Lynskey found international fame in 2019 in her early 40s. She starred as adult Shauna in Showtime's Yellow Jackets, playing a complex woman with a dark past. The show wasn't expected to be a hit, but by the end of the first season, it became the second most watched show on TV. Lynskey didn't expect the show's success until she spoke to her psychic, who predicted it. She told InStyle, "This sounds so crazy, but I talked to a psychic who I love, and she told me this was gonna happen. It had been months and months since we shot the pilot, and she said, that show's gonna get picked up, and it's gonna be really big. And you're gonna enter into a time in your career that you thought, if this didn't happen when you were 25, it was never going to happen. It's about to happen." And it did. The show's success brought Lynskey a new level of fame and attention. She admitted feeling nervous about being more public. How she prepared for her role in Candy. Preparing for a role involves not just learning the script but also getting inside the character's head, understanding their motivations, and consistently portraying their behavior. This is especially challenging when playing a real person, as it requires sensitivity to accurately represent who they were. Melanie Lynskey faced this challenge in Hulu's true crime miniseries Candy, where she played real-life murder victim Betty Gore. Despite some liberties taken in the series, the essence of the characters remained true to life. To accurately portray Betty Gore, Lynskey conducted thorough research. She read the book Evidence of Love about the case and even spoke with one of the authors, Jim Atkinson, via Zoom. This helped her gain deeper insights into Gore's life and personality. She initially didn't realize she was being proposed to. Melanie Lynskey married actor Jason Ritter in 2020. In an appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, she shared a humorous story about her husband repeatedly proposing to her. She initially didn't realize she was being proposed to due to a confusing moment involving a ring while they were watching TV. She said, "The day before, I had been looking at rings. And I tried one on and I was like, oh, kind of looks like an engagement ring, almost. I don't think I'm going to get it. So then he got me this ring. I was like, oh, thanks. It didn't sort of cross my mind. And then there was this strange speech. We were just sort of sitting there, he had paused, whatever, The Bachelor, and I was like, we're not breaking up. And he was like, no. And then I was like, well, thank you. Lovely. Good chat." She only understood they were engaged when Ritter announced it to his family 3 days later. Since then, Ritter has made multiple romantic proposals to ensure clarity. She stood up to criticism from some of The Last of Us fans. After gaining fame as Shauna in Yellow Jackets, Melanie Lynskey landed a major role as Kathleen, a villain in HBO's The Last of Us. While many fans enjoyed her performance, some critics, including model Adrienne Curry, felt she didn't fit the role. Curry tweeted that Lynskey's appearance didn't match a post-apocalyptic warlord. Lynskey responded, "I'm playing a person who meticulously planned and executed an overthrow of Fedra. I am supposed to be smart, ma'am. I don't need to be muscly. That's what henchmen are for." She later discussed the mixed reactions with The Times. "There are still some video game bros who are mad about it. Sometimes I understand that if I don't engage, it goes away quicker. However," she added, that she hates feeling like she's cowering to bullies. "I have a thing about bullies. I don't think they should be allowed to get away with it."